What's the coolest anniversary Ferrari? Is it the LaFerrari? No, it's not. It's an F40.
An F40 is the one.
I know.
How about your new cars, mate?
What's the coolest anniversary Ferrari? Is it the F40, the F50, the Enzo, or is it the LaFerrari? Well, actually, I don't really give a toss. I'm not here for old supercars. I'm here for some new supercars. I'm going to give you the A to Z of the coolest new supercars here at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Buy, sell,
Carwow.
BMW is celebrating 50 years of M with two cars. This beautiful arse thing, the M4 CSO. Love the badge, by the way. And they've got the M3 Touring. Now, I'm not going to give you details on these cars because there's links in the description. I've done videos on them individually. Go check that out if you want to find out more. What I wanted to know though is, I'm thinking about getting an M3 Touring as a daily driver, but I'm trying to persuade BMW to let me have one of these instead. We've put a pinned comment. I want you to vote which car BMW should give to me. Should they give me the M4 CSL or the M3 Touring? Cast your vote. Now I'm going to go away from here now because there's loads of loud music and it's giving me a headache. You probably can't hear what I'm saying anyway. Check this out, it's an American hybrid hypercar called the Singer C21. So let's have a look around it. Its body and chassis are made from a mixture of carbon fibre and aluminium. Something very interesting about the interior, it is a tandem two-seater. The passenger has to sit behind the driver. We've got a yoke steering wheel because everyone has a yoke steering wheel nowadays. So let me tell you about the power of this car. So here at the rear, you have a twin-turbo 2.9 litre V8, puts out 950 horsepower, supplemented by two electric motors on the front axle. Combined, they put out 300 horsepower, which means overall you've got 1,250 horsepower, which is the same as the weight of the car, dry, in kilograms, of course. Top speed is 250 odd mile an hour in low drag mode. The performance figures are really interesting. So it can do 0 to 60, 1.9 seconds apparently. Quarter mile, 8.2. That's quicker than a Rimac Navara. But we'll find out when I finally drag race it, of course, if they'll let me. Comment below, right? Let Matt drag race the Singer. We'll make it happen. What else do you need to know? £1.5 million. It's not just about going in a straight line though, this car. They've timed it around Laguna Seca and it was 2 seconds a lap quicker than a McLaren Senna. So should be pretty impressive to drive. And just look at it, doesn't that look glorious? Look at the big snails there. Nice. This strange looking thing is the Delage D12. Now Delage used to build Grand Prix cars back in the 1920s and they've created this strange hypercar. Now it's powered by a 7.6 litre naturally aspirated V12 mated to an electric motor, and combined it puts out 1,100 horsepower and 1,077 newton meters of torque. Costs 1.7 million and only 30 will be made. It has a carbon fibre monocoque, and something very interesting about it is there's no doors. If you want to get into it, you have to get into the canopy there. It's weird. Oh, I was hoping that was pop-up headlights, but that's probably for aero. I have no idea really, I just make this up as I go along. Actually, we need to be a bit more serious because there's a couple of things more you need to know about this car. It's designed to be an F1 car for the road. No, quite a few firms are saying that at the moment. However, that thing that I thought was a lie is actually active aero, and this car can produce up to 2.2 tonne of downforce, which is insane. Apparently it's more than any other road car. Another thing that's interesting about it is its suspension. It has contractive suspension like on a Formula 1 car. They've got the patent to use that on the road. You see, there's 16 people with FIA championships who are in the team working on this car. They are serious about it, and it's going to be interesting to see what it's like in reality. Hopefully I'm going to go out to France and do a bit more on it in future. Fingers crossed. Here we have the Ferrari Daytona SP3. It's one of Ferrari's super luxurious, super rare, high-end limited edition cars. They're only going to make 599 of these things and they'll cost £2 million. Has a unique carbon fibre chassis with integrated seats, which is quite odd. The engine is actually based on the one in the 812. However, power is up to 840 horsepower and 700 newton meters of torque. Drives the rear wheels via a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. Design is actually inspired by Ferrari's enduro racers from the 1960s, in case you're wondering. This is the Gordon Murray T50. Now I don't want to go into too much detail about this car because hopefully in a few weeks or something I might actually get access to this car to do a more in-depth video. I've been speaking to the guys at Gordon Murray, but basically it's got a 4 litre naturally aspirated V12, revs to over 12,000 RPM, puts out 700 horsepower, 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds, and it'll do about 270 miles an hour. Key thing about this car though is how light it is. It's less than 1 tonne, 987 kilos. I hope you're enjoying the video so far, and if you haven't done so already, give us a cheeky little subscribe, yeah? And hit the bell icon to turn your notifications on, that way you won't miss an upload. Oh, why am I back with old supercars? Let's get back to the new ones. This is the Hispano-Suiza Carmen. It's an electric hypercar. You've got 2 electric motors with 510 horsepower each and combined obviously over 1,000 horsepower. This is the silence. Can you hear it? No, you can't hear silence, can you? This is all getting a bit random now, isn't it? Look, it's Koenigsegg Gemera, 4-seater hypercar. It's very strange how it's powered actually. It's got a 2-litre 3-cylinder engine which puts out 600 horsepower. Then you've got 2 electric motors on the back wheels plus 1 in the crankshaft, so that's 3 electric motors in total, which put out 1,100 horsepower in total. So combined you've got 1,700 horsepower. It's nuts. Never actually driven a Koenigsegg. I think I'll need to address that pretty soon. This is the Koenigsegg Jesko, which is a little bit more old school than the Gemera. You've got a 5-litre twin turbo V8, puts out 1,600 horsepower if you're running it on E85 biofuel, 1,000 newton meters of torque. It's got this huge rear wing and apparently 1,400 kilos of downforce, which is the same amount of downforce as this car weighs. It weighs 1,400 kilos. Only 125 of these will be made and they're going to cost £2.3 million. And if you can hear that, no, we are not about to experience an airstrike. It is the Red Arrows and I'm missing it, so I'm going to go watch the display now. This is the Maserati MC20 Celio. I think that's how you say it, or Cilio, I don't know. I don't speak Italian. Anyway, Celio, Cello. Sky, it means sky in Italian. We've got someone who speaks Italian over there. It's a convertible, though the roof is up on it. I asked them to take the roof down, they just told me no. Great. There's a picture of it in the background, what it looks like with the roof down. So this car, it's a bit heavier than the coupe, so about 65 kilos heavier, weighs in at 1,540 kilos. It's powered by the same 3-litre twin-turbo V6 with 630 horsepower and 730 newton meters of torque, 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds, top speed of over 202 miles an hour. Just imagine it with the roof down. It's a bit disappointing they didn't put it down, really. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. This is the Pagani Huayra R. It's a track-only version of the Huayra, but they've done a lot of work to it, so it's got all new bodywork and maximum downforce. In fact, at 200 miles an hour, it produces 1,000 kilos, almost. There's a lot of people here just wanting to get in the shot. They want to check out the car, not me, unfortunately. Anyhow, 1,000 kilos of downforce at 200 miles an hour. The engine's new as well. It's a 6-litre naturally aspirated V12 with 850 horsepower and 750 newton meters of torque, in case you're wondering. Only 30 will be made and they'll cost around £2.5 million. Does anyone else want to walk through? Go on, walk in. There we go. There's a little bit of chaos here surrounding this car. It's about to go out on the track. It's a Radford Lotus 62.2 it's called. It's inspired by Lotus's Type 62 racing car. It uses the supercharged 3.5 litre V6 from the Emira, but you can get it tuned to 600 horsepower. You probably can't see it. Come on, let's see if we can clear. Look, can you see that? Sorry, mate. No, that's with the camera. There we go. There it is. Look. It's probably all out of focus, but I did my best. It's very light. It's got a carbon fibre body, weighs around 1,000 kilos. And you can get it in the old classic JPS John Player Special cigarette livery, black and gold, back in the day. Costs about £300,000 one of those. People seem to like it. Well, that's the end of all the new supercars, back to the old ones, and I was being flippant earlier. I do love these anniversary Ferraris, but it's the Enzo that's my favourite. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know if you agree with me about the Enzo being the best Ferrari in the comments below. Click on those windows there if you want to watch some more videos, and on that box there to go to carwow if you want to sell your car. Just upload some photos and our dealers will bid on your car to make sure you get a great price for it. Thanks for watching.